Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to my new digital show. Tonight, got a few things that I want to talk about. From the capital to the valley, Bradley Beal is now a Phoenix Sun. Also, I give my reaction to the season two teaser trailer for the hit HBO Max series, Winning Time. Also, Draymond's opted out. Where will he go next? I definitely got an idea, but also I want to tell you some contenders that may want to seek his services. All right now on Talkin and Grubbin, a live digital show. So let me hit you with the intro. Hey, all right. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to my premiere episode of Talking and Grubbin, live digital show. Excuse me, Talking and Grubbin digital show. How y'all doing on this Tuesday night? Hope all y'all doing good. I'm doing good. Hope all you had a great Juneteenth. For those who celebrated, those who don't, just hope you enjoyed the day off if you had it. All right, got my grub here. Got some beef ramen noodles. Now I'm about to grub on. These are so good. Put those down. Okay, let me see who's in the chat. My guy Bruce. Excuse me, my guy Bruce. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm doing good. Rubbing on the beef ramen noodles. Okay, you had the Jimmy John's spicy Italian, some barbecue chips, and some Coke. Okay, that's what's up. All right, y'all. Glad to see all you joining me on the premiere of Talking and Grubbin, the live digital show. And I'm going to be streaming live 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock. So make sure y'all join me right here. Glad to see you doing good, Bruce. Glad to hear. All right, so let's get into it. As all of you heard by now, Bradley Beal is now a member of the Phoenix Suns as he was traded over the weekend from the Washington Wizards to the Phoenix Suns. The three-time All-Star, he's going there to play with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton. So the Suns get Bradley Beal, guard Jordan Goodwin, and forward Isaiah Todd. On the flip side, the Wizards get Chris Paul, guard Landry Shamet, and multiple second-round picks. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be one of those second-round picks is going to be for this Thursday night's NBA draft. But the Wizards get multiple second-round picks. Now, I have been wanting to talk about this trade. This is definitely a great pickup for Phoenix. They definitely replaced an aging Chris Paul, future Hall of Famer, for a younger Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, he's only 29 years old. So he's definitely going to be around longer with KD and Booker to contend for championships. Excuse me. Also, even though it's kind of a downside because Beal signed that extension a few seasons ago. So the Suns have to eat that contract for the next few years. But this is a great pickup for Phoenix. They definitely put themselves in position to challenge Denver for the best in the West. They can definitely make a run for the Western Conference Finals next year. Now, I don't know if they'll make it come out of the West, but they give themselves a greater chance of coming out of the West. The Suns still need to fix their bench. They definitely lacked that against the Nuggets in the playoffs last year. If they would have had a decent bench, who knows what could have happened. But if the Suns really want to contend for a championship, they definitely got to bolster that bench. Because if they don't bolster that bench, it's going to be top heavy once again. And the Suns are not going to reach their goal of reaching a championship. Excuse me. Also, this is setting up to be another super team for KD. Of course, he had the super team in Brooklyn with Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, and later James Harden. That was definitely a pretty good team. And also, ironically, Bruce Brown was on that team with them, who just won an NBA title with the Denver Nuggets. But unfortunately, things could not come together. They could not get the breaks that they needed to win a championship. Freak injuries, Harden beating Harden by disappearing in the playoffs. They can never get that team together. But this Suns team definitely has a chance to get it together. They have younger guys alongside KD and Devin Booker, who's an ascending all-star, as well as a 3-time all-star in Bradley Beal, and a pretty good young big man in DeAndre Ayton. Now, it's going to be interesting, to see how they do under Frank Vogel, who was hired not too long after they fired Monty Williams. If Frank Vogel let's see what Frank Vogel can do and see if he can definitely get all that is worth out of that team. Because you definitely got 3 stars. You got a superstar and 2 all-stars. And also you got a star in Aiden as well. Bruce, you said QC. So I feel it's good for both teams as the Wizards not going to spend so much and make the playoffs, and the Suns got all the money going to make the finals maybe. Okay. But yeah, this is a good pickup for the Phoenix Suns. They definitely make a major move to put themselves in better position to challenge the Denver Nuggets for the Western Conference title and possibly get to the NBA Finals. This definitely makes the Suns a championship contender. But I definitely want to see what they're going to do to fix their bench issues and to see if Frank Vogel can get all that is worth out of this team. The Wizards, they get an aging Chris Paul, but he definitely doesn't have too much left on his contract. Landry Shumpert, he's under control, and they get a lot of second-round picks to where they can rebuild for the future. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this trade works out for both teams. I want to definitely know your thoughts. Do you think the Phoenix Suns will come out of the West next season, or you think that they're going to come up short against the Nuggets once again, or even the Lakers? But now here, KD doesn't have any excuses not to win another championship without Steph and Clay. This is definitely set up for him to win another title. They got the All-Star in Devin Booker. They got another All-Star in Bradley Beal. Also, they got Aiden, who's definitely a beast on the boards, who's a star in his own right. And if they can get the bench together, become at least very serviceable, there's no excuse for the Suns to not at least reach the Western Conference Finals next season, because if they don't reach at least the Western Conference Finals, if not the NBA Finals, then who knows if KD's going to win another NBA title. Who definitely knows? Because now he had the team in Brooklyn, but unfortunately they ran into some bad luck due to injuries, and also Kyrie not being available, also Harden disappearing, and Ben Simmons having his issues. There's no excuse here. Definitely not an excuse for this Suns team not to at least be in the Western Conference Finals and compete for championships for the next at least 4 to 5 years. Even though KD is slowly but surely starting to transition out of his prime, still no excuse. Definitely not an excuse at all. Brucey said, QC, I feel the Suns are going to try to get Kuzma now he's going to be a free agent. You also said, I feel the Wizards not going to keep CP3. No, you can't trade him in the same season, Bruce. That's against NBA rules. They will have to cut him. They can't trade him again. He also says, if I was CP3, I would say no, I would not play for the bad team like the Wizards. I mean, well, CP3, and I got love for Chris Paul, one of the greatest point guards we've ever seen, but he's on his last leg. He doesn't have too much time left in the NBA. I say within the next 2 to 3 years, Chris Paul's going to retire. Yeah, so the Wizards can't trade for CP3 again after they've already traded him. So he's going to have to they're going to have to cut him. They are just going to have to straight cut him. Yep, they definitely have to cut him. Because it's under the old Stepien rules that, well, no, excuse me, that's my bad. But still, the Wizards not going to just trade him again. They gotta cut him. So yep, CP3 is just gonna get cut. Bruce. He's definitely gonna get cut. Matter of fact, I think that's what the Wizards are gonna do. I think they're just gonna release him. In my opinion. Because now the Wizards, they're definitely going into tank mode. They are in straight tank mode now. Due to the fact that they just traded back Bradley Beal. Okay, y'all, excuse me for a quick second. All right, I'm going to take a quick time out. I'll be right back, so don't go away. All right, I'm back, good people. Sorry about that. Sorry about the technical difficulty. Brooks, you said QC, I feel you 100 as I felt they could trade him as CP3 not going to play with all his heart for the bad team. You also said, do the Wizards got to. Yeah, I'm probably sure they would agree to some type of buyout, Bruce. If he decides to leave. What's up, LT? How you doing? Thanks for joining me, LT. But yeah, definitely can't wait to see what the Suns do this upcoming season. See how the season turns out for them. And see how Bradley Beal fits with that team. That's going to be very interesting. All right. All right. So now on to Draymond Green. Now, as you all know, yesterday, Draymond Green decided to opt out the last year of his deal with the Warriors to test free agency. The four-time NBA champion, former defensive player of the year, decided to, he had $27 million left on his $100 million deal that he signed back in 2018 or 2019. And now he decides to test free agency. Now, there's multiple reports going around that Draymond wants the Warriors to give him Steph Curry type money, basically the same or a similar contract that Steph got a few years ago, when Steph signed for that $200 million. Look, Draymond, yes, he's a great facilitator, he's a great defender, he's a great passer, ball handler, but he's not worth Steph Curry money. No way. He is no way near worth $200 million like Steph is. Some ways you could say Steph is being underpaid. But Draymond, no, Draymond's not worth Steph Curry type money. Like I said, he's a great defender, he's a great ball handler, a great passer, a great shot blocker, but he is not worth Steph Curry money. Draymond, he can't score. He can't score. You're not asking Draymond to get his own shot. When Draymond has a big scoring game, it's due to the fact that everybody's just paying attention to Steph, Clay, or even a Jordan Poole, that Draymond gets open to have these, big scoring games. It looks like he's all world, but you don't ask Draymond to create his own shot. Steve Kerr is not giving Draymond the ball saying, "Hey, Draymond, you win this game for us." No. So no, the Warriors, they're going to let him walk. And I saw this coming, especially after the knockout scene around the world last year when he knocked out Jordan Poole during training camp. I said that's the last year that Draymond Green was going to be in a Golden State Warriors uniform, because nobody trusted him. His teammates didn't really trust him. And also, you could just tell that relationship between he, Steph, Clay, Iguodala had fractured after that. You could just tell that they weren't on good terms. So I knew that the Warriors were going to let Draymond walk. And I knew Draymond probably was not going to pick up that option. Now, there are some contenders that definitely wanted services, like the Miami Heat, the Dallas Mavericks, and maybe the Sacramento Kings. But where he really wants to go, and he may end up playing there, matter of fact, no, I'm going to predict I predict that Draymond Green somehow, some way, is going to make his way to the LA Lakers. We all know he and LeBron are real good friends. Also, he's with Clutch Sports. He's represented by Rich Paul, which is LeBron's friend, of course. And I definitely think he's going to find his way there somehow, some way, even if he may have to take the veterans minimum. He may not mind coming off the bench for another shot at a championship and to play with LeBron finally. So I think that's where he's going to end up. And he's going to still stay in California. So that's going to be a good rivalry between the Lakers and the Warriors when they play each other during the regular season. That's definitely going to have to be at least one of the games on Christmas Day, if not on, ABC's Saturday prime time during the regular season. And plus, it's going to be there will be a lot of boos in the Chase Center in San Fran when Draymond makes his return there as a Laker. So I'm predicting right now that Draymond Green is going to the Lakers. How do y'all feel about this whole Draymond Green situation? Do you think like I think, like, no, QC, he's not worth Steph Curry money. He's good, but he's not worth Steph money. Or like some other people I know feel, well, he deserves that money. He plays that defense. He was the main reason why they won those 4 rings. If he wouldn't have got suspended in 2016, they would have won. They would have had a 4-peat. So definitely let me know your thoughts on that. But look, I don't see that happening. The Warriors are not going to give Draymond another big contract. That contract he got a few years ago, that was it. That's the last of it. They're definitely going to get, if they, come to the table 9 times out of 10, it's definitely going to be a very lower deal. If Draymond thinks he's getting that Steph Curry type money, then I got a bridge and a few empty lots to sell all of y'all that's watching this live right now or who ends up watching this replay. Because that's definitely better odds of me selling those to you than Draymond getting that type of money. I respect Draymond for what he does, but nah, that man is not worth that type of money. But all right, good people, I'm going to take a quick timeout. I'll be right back and let you hear words from my partners at BetUS, where the game begins.
Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
All right, so if you're looking for a great sports book that'll give you multiple opportunities to bet and win, BetUS is the one for you. Just copy and paste that link. It'll take you right up to the sign-up page, and after you put down your first deposit, you'll get a 125% sign-up bonus. Just type in the promo code JOIN125, and you'll get that bonus. You'll get more chances to bet, more chances to win, and also easy payouts with your wins. BetUS, where the game begins. Whether you're betting on MLB, UFC, boxing, the upcoming NFL season, college football, whatever your sport is, BetUS has got you. All right, somebody put a comment in the chat. LT said, man, Draymond better sit his ass down somewhere. I know what you say. Said Talkin. There's a lot of people on the internet saying that Bradley Beal trade is not worth it. Yeah, I get some people definitely saying that because Bradley Beal is definitely not won a lot in Washington, and also some people are curious to see how he's going to fit in with guys like KD and Devin Booker. You got three guys on that team who like to have the ball and are used to getting the ball. So one of those dudes are gonna have to sacrifice their game in order for this Suns team to be successful and reach their goal of winning an NBA championship. I don't see KD doing it, and I definitely don't see Devin Booker doing it. Devin Booker, to me, definitely has that Kobe mentality. He wants the ball in his hands. He likes to shoot it. So I definitely think Bradley Beal is going to have to tone down his game a little bit if the Suns team wants to be successful and win an NBA championship. Because if he goes in there, still won the ball, and still won his share of the shots, 9 times out of 10, then this trade is definitely not going to work. Definitely not going to work. And the Suns are not going to reach their goal of winning an NBA title. Definitely not going to reach their goal of winning a title. So somebody's definitely going to have to sacrifice their game in order for them to be successful and start and to win a championship, or at least be in the position to win a championship. And I definitely think that person is going to be Bradley Beal, where he has to sacrifice his game. Definitely. All right. There's another story that I've been wanting to get to, and this definitely has had the internet buzzing all this week, and that is one Mrs. Ayesha Curry. Now, video has leaked out recently of her pretending to take off her wedding ring when she was on the now canceled talk show, The Real, a couple of years ago, when a topless man, who I suspect to be a male stripper, allegedly, came on the stage. And, you know, Ayesha definitely was basking in all his glory. She pretended to take off her fakes taking off her wedding ring. Now, a lot of people definitely have gone in on her on social media ever since the video leaked out. In a lot of ways, rightfully so, because look, now we remember, and also I did a video on this a few years ago when she came out on Jada Pinkett's now defunct show Red Table Talk, saying that, you know, she wished men would give her more attention, just like women give Steph more attention. It's like, Ayesha, come on, sweetheart. Baby, you are the wife of an NBA player. There are a lot of women out there would definitely do almost anything to be next, to just even get in the same atmosphere as Steph, to just be in the same room with them. And they definitely would go through a lot of crazy lengths, to be Mrs. Steph Curry. You know, you definitely had your own thing. You've put out cookbooks, you had a TV show, you got restaurants. Like, you really don't need all that attention. You know, just having all that is enough. You got your own shine, and you can shine your own way without trying to it's like you trying to outshine your own husband. Well, you don't have to. Excuse me. Both of y'all can shine together. And it's like, you just so it's like you're more caught up in the spotlight and not focusing on your husband. So you doing that, that's definitely disrespectful to Steph, because Steph is definitely a good dude. I can just tell his heart's in the right place. Now look, I may not like him when he's on the court against my favorite team, but that's another discussion for another day. But man, Steph is a good dude actually. And also, I wasn't one of the people booing him when he was here in Cleveland for the All-Star game. That was the other folks in the arena. But it's like, Aisha, if you really not that, if you really feel you're that unhappy, then maybe y'all got some things to talk about. Maybe y'all got some things to work out, because you don't have to do all this for attention. You don't. Like I said, you are the wife of a superstar NBA player. And what dude would compete with Steph? A lot of dudes out there cannot compete with Steph. Steph's net worth is worth multi-millions. What guy can compete with that? A very small number. You would have to go from Steph to at least a billionaire for them to compete with Steph. No average dude can compete with that. Not at all. So it's like, look, just be happy with, with what you're doing. Like I said, there's a lot of platforms out here where you can get your own shine. You like cooking? Hey, go to one of these networks and pitch you a cooking show. I mean, okay, yeah, the first one did fail, that you had on ABC, but still, there are other platforms you can get out there. Start a YouTube channel. You're Aisha Curry. You have a personality. You're definitely beautiful. Your stuff would, blow up in a minute. Especially everybody know that you're Steph's wife. But come on, that's just straight up disrespectful. And Steph don't deserve that. Steph is too good of a dude to be disrespected like that by Aisha. She was way out of pocket for that. If it's like that, then like I said, either y'all need to sit down and talk about some things, or maybe just go your separate ways. LT, you still talking about the Bradley Beal trade? Say, I'm gonna keep it real talking. That Bradley Beal trade ain't gonna work. I'd rather see him with Miami over Phoenix, but Phoenix made the trade. It is what it is. He also said we need a legend in Houston. Talking. Oh yeah. I lost the legend. I'm sorry. Yeah. R.I.P. to Big Pokey. Yep. R.I.P. to Big Pokey. LT. What's up, Octa? Said Lakers for life. Said that's good how us good black men get treated. Yeah, definitely. You definitely got a certain segment of women in our community who act like that. And I ain't gonna just say all black women act like that, not because that would be wrong. That would be wrong, and it would be disingenuous also. But yeah, definitely good black men. There are a good segment of good black men who definitely get mistreated, and that sucks. Like I said, Steph is a good dude. He don't deserve that from Aisha. Like, okay, for example, whatever you may think about LeBron, we don't never see Savannah acting like that. You ain't never heard Savannah acting like that. Matter of fact, you rarely hear a peep from her. The only time we see Savannah out there is if she's promoting something. If she's not promoting nothing, you don't hear one word from her. You definitely don't hear a word from her. And that's how I should. Well, if you like, okay, like if you ain't on the level of a Gabrielle Union, and I got my issues with Gabrielle Union, if you ain't no celebrity, like that, then really you shouldn't be out there like that. But yeah, Aisha, she was way out of pocket for doing that. And you do that on national TV where his people can see, your people can see it, his teammates. Who we don't know. That man's teammates could be clowning him either to his face in the locker room or behind his back. LT said, talking, I got a feeling the Bucks is going to be dangerous next season. Yeah, I could definitely see them coming back. I could definitely see them coming back next year, coming back next year and coming out of the East. You also said dangerous and more dominant. True. Aki said Phoenix need to trade Aiden and another player for Gobert and Conley. Actually, I would keep Aiden. I wouldn't get rid of Aiden. I definitely think Aiden could play with that team. Because he really doesn't demand the ball that much. And he still could put up numbers despite the fact he doesn't really demand the ball like that. Because I definitely wouldn't trade him for no Gobert and Conley. I got love for Mike Conley. I'm here in Ohio. I'm an Ohio State fan. Loved him at Ohio State, but Conley, he's starting to get up there now. I think he's on his way out too. And Gobert, he doesn't score. Yeah, the dude's a great defender. He can block shots like crazy. He can rebound. He can bang, but he doesn't score. That man cannot score at all. Whether it's on accident or on purpose, he can't score. He definitely can't score. So I'm not trading Aiden for those two. If you're going to trade Aiden, it's got to be a very... Now, if this was like Embiid, that's a different story. But for Gobert and Conley, no. Definitely not. I'm definitely not trading Aiden for those two. Definitely not. All right, good people. I'm going to take a quick timeout. I'll be right back. So don't go away. I'll be back to give my reaction to the teaser trailer for the season 2 of the hit HBO Max series Winning Time. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, good people. Okay, let me see your thoughts in the chat. Octi said Gobert will be getting 3 shot jacker bricks offensive rebounds. Well, exactly. And plus, if you get in a 7-game series, one of those 3 dudes is either going to get shut down in a game or they're going to have an off night in the playoffs. And they're going to have to go to somebody that's not named KD, Booker, or Beal. Who would be that person? It sure wouldn't be Gobert because, like I said, he can't score. Like I said, like you basically saying, he's getting offensive rebounds off of some offensive rebounds, off of bricks. So if you got somebody on the floor that can't score, then guess what? They don't really have to pay attention to him because they know on the offensive end, he ain't no threat. He's not going to do nothing. He can't post. He can't lay up. He can't hit a layup or a jumper. Excuse me. So basically, all they got. So basically, all the if I'm a coach or even an assistant coach on the opposing team, all I gotta do is what I like to call is tilt the floor. I would tilt the floor towards Beal, KD, and Booker because I know somebody like Gobert ain't gonna beat me. Basically, tilting the floor is when you basically tilt your whole defense towards that one player, those two players, because you don't respect any other guy, the other three or four guys out on the floor to get their own shot and beat you. So yeah, if I'm an opposing coach or even an assistant, I would tilt if they got Gobert on that team, I'll tilt the floor towards KD, Booker, and Beal. Aki said Gobert would easily lead the NBA in offensive rebounds by a large margin. No, he wouldn't. Bill, what's up, Bill? How you doing? Glad to have you in the building. Said they don't need Gobert to do nothing but stand under the. Yeah, but then at some point he's gonna have to score. He's got to score. He's not a threat to nobody. He is not a threat to nobody. If I had a choice between Ayton and Gobert, I'm keeping Ayton because at least Ayton can score. And despite the fact he doesn't even demand the ball like that in order to score. And he's definitely had his struggles, and Gobert's definitely had mad struggles in the playoffs. Brucey said, QC, do you feel the Suns gonna win? No, I don't feel they're gonna win the championship right. Well, ooh, excuse me. Next year, now they got Beal, because the Suns, their bench is suspect still. I want to see what moves they're gonna make to bolster the bench, and also, can Frank Vogel definitely get all that is worth out of this team? That's another question. I mean, he was pretty solid with the Lakers. Of course, he won the championship a few years ago. And also, he definitely did a nice job in Indiana with Paul George and Roy Hibbert. But can he do it with this core? With 3 stars. That remains to be seen. You also say, I feel you 100 as they need more good players from the bench. Definitely. That's what definitely messed them up against Denver in the playoffs. Their bench. In the 2 games that they won, the bench was a major factor in those 2 games. In the 4 games they lost, the bench was a no-show. So the Suns definitely need to bolster that bench. If they can do that, like I said, they can either get to the Western Conference Finals or maybe the NBA Finals. I still don't see them winning it next year. Yeah, they do. They definitely got a great starting 5, but I want to see which role players they're going to end up losing. Because we all know every championship team does lose core guys off of that championship team. That's just the nature of the business. The same team we saw in Denver this year, 9 times out of 10, ain't going to be back next year. You got your older guys like Jeff Green, DeAndre Jordan, Ish Smith. They probably might retire now that they've gotten their rings. They might just walk off into the sunset and say, hey, I got my ring. It's time to call it a career. Bruce Brown, he's a free agent. Who knows? He may want more money. But they're definitely still going to be a top team in the West. Now, will they win the West again? Got to wait and see. Bruce, you said, I feel I was wrong about the Heat as Jimmy Buckets can't win by itself. And Yeah, the Heat. I mean, the Nuggets were just a better team. Excuse me. They were, and as good of great of a player as Jimmy Butler is, he definitely couldn't win it by himself. Also, he also was missing Tyler Hero and Victor Oladipo. Now if they would have played, maybe they still wouldn't have won the series, but still, I think it would have been a more competitive series and maybe better their chances of winning. LT said, "Nah, talking. I disagree. Denver is going to be the same team next year. Now, then win the championship next year. I don't know. I gotta wait and see." LT, it happens with championship teams all the time. They don't stay the same. Players do leave. Like I said, that starting five is going to be intact, but the role players are definitely a question. Everybody ain't going to come back to that team. We don't know what's going to happen in free agency. There have definitely been guys who won championships and didn't go back to that team. No matter who that team was. Heck, even the Warriors lost players that were part of the championship team. So it happens. Like I said, LT, it's just the nature of the business, man. Like I said, the starting five is going to be together, but as far as the role players, they're going to have to replace some of them. They're going to have to replace them. Like I said, guys like DeAndre Jordan, Jeff Green, and Ish Smith, they might want to go ahead and retire now that they've gotten their ring. QC said, "That's what you telling me, and now I see you 100 on that." Definitely. All right, good people. I got to take a quick pause. I'll be right back.
Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action.
All right, I'm back, good people. LT, so I'm gonna have to wait and see. I'm not saying they're gonna win a championship. Ain't no jumping out of nowhere and saying they're gonna. Why you don't want to see Denver in the finals next year, LT? Said one thing I can tell you, my Houston Rockets are gonna be dangerous next year, and they will make the playoffs. It ain't no spoiler or prediction. Yeah, I can definitely see the Rockets making the playoffs next year, especially if they can. Excuse me. Especially if they can make one. Especially if they can get a major free agent. And also, LT, another thing I thought about while I was on my break. Justin Verlander of he came off of winning the World Series with your Astros. He ended up going to the Mets. So I'm just saying that's just the nature of the business. Excuse me. All right. Once again, I appreciate all y'all for tuning in on this live. I thought about doing this yesterday, but I figured with the holiday, everybody wanted to chill and relax. So I decided to come on and do this tonight. I'll be live 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock. Join me this Thursday for a special show as the NBA draft will be coming. We'll see which future star will be drafted in this year's draft. Excuse me. As you all know, the San Antonio Spurs, they've got the number 1 pick. All right, good night, LT. Talk to you later, man. Have a good one. So make sure y'all join me for that. I'll be on live around 7:30. All right, so one last thing I want to talk about. After you said Lakers trade number 17. They're trying to. Well, no, wait a minute. I haven't heard about that. That's just a rumor going around that they could trade. Well, excuse me. From what I hear, they're trying to trade their 17th pick for a big name player. I don't know what's up with these cough fits. Say it's going to be some surprise in the draft. Yeah, definitely agree with you there. Definitely going to be some surprises in this draft. All right, the last thing I want to cover tonight is, well, recently they came out with the trailer for season 2 of the hit Max original series, Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty, which is a docudrama series about the 1980 Showtime Lakers. Now, I saw the trailer recently during the NBA Finals. It was it looked like a pretty good trailer. It's like it's going to be a real good season. This season is going to be about, this upcoming season, is going to be about the Lakers coming off of their 1980 championship against the 76ers and trying to repeat, as well as Magic Johnson, having issues with Paul Westhead, the way he was running things with the team at the time. And also the promotion of Pat Riley, as well as is going to get into the start of the Magic versus Bird rivalry that dominated the NBA in the 80s, which saved the NBA, by the way. It's going to be that deep-seated hatred that these two teams had for each other before they even played each other in the NBA Finals. And I definitely can't wait to see how that unfolds. It's going to premiere on Max, which used to be HBO Max, but now it's Max. It's going to premiere August 6th. So if you want to see it, make sure you get your subscriptions in time for the premiere. You know, I definitely like season 1. Now, yeah, it did have some inaccuracies, which a lot of people like Magic Johnson, Kareem, Jerry West, and a lot of other Lakers had issues with, but it's still a pretty entertaining series. You know, it's well casted, well acted. You know, I gotta give props to Quincy Isaiah, who plays Magic Johnson, and Solomon Hughes, who plays Kareem. They do a great job of playing those two dudes. They definitely got their whole mannerisms, speech, swag, attitudes just nailed down. They definitely do a great job of playing those two. So I definitely can't wait to see season 2. Yeah, I know, Octa. I read about Jerry West definitely being mad at his character, saying that he was not an angry dude. He wasn't foul mouth like that. He was definitely upset with the producers. So was Magic and Kareem. They were definitely upset with it, how, you know, the series was presented, how their characters were portrayed. Excuse me. Well, all right, y'all. That's going to do it here for tonight. I thank y'all for joining me, whether you tuned in on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch. I greatly appreciate y'all just taking time out your Tuesday night to hang out with me for a while. Make sure you come back again tomorrow night, as I'll be on at 8 o'clock once again for another Talkin and Grubbin live digital show. Can't wait to hang out with y'all once again. So until then, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. Salute. Y'all be safe. Enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy your day. I'm out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.